Hello and welcome to our next video. In this video we're going to be looking at the purchases. So last time we looked at the product module. We looked at how to enter the new products into our system, how we can edit the products. We looked at the variable products, we looked at the single products and the combos. So in this video we're going to look at now purchasing. After having all the products in, because you cannot make the purchases if you don't have the products in the system. So we did that part. Now we are going to make the purchase. So I'll log in with my account, which is Mr. Boss 123456. So first thing we need to look at before we make any purchases, we need to know who are we purchasing from. So we shall have to go up here and then go to suppliers, and then we shall have to add a new supplier. So this is the same way you add also a client. Your client, it could be a customer, and also a supplier, it could be a customer or just a supplier. So we shall look at the suppliers, and to be a business supplying us. Which kind of business? Let me say it's Vine Pharmacy, and that will be supplying us. You could put the number. So I'll put +256 11111111. Maybe that's a number. You could assign it to a person in your system. Maybe I'll assign it to myself. So if you have other users, you could assign that supplier to that user. You could add more information about the business, its location. Maybe if they have an account with you, how much balance do they have on your account? The payment terms, we looked at these things, but for now we don't need them. You could look at the contact person in that business. Maybe in that business it is he's called maybe Mr. Derek. I maybe I don't know the other name. Maybe you know the number. You could fill up all those things, the contact person that you talk to in that business. I'm not going to add those, but you can add another contact person and another. But for my case, we're looking at the business just supplying us. So I'll go ahead and save our supplier as Vine Pharmacy. So having our supplier already, from the suppliers, you can show the suppliers that you're demanding, I mean, whose purchases are due that haven't yet reached you. You could look at the suppliers who you've given returns, the suppliers who have advanced balance. So maybe you've given them money and then you haven't made any purchases, opening balance, etc. So you can look at suppliers assigned to different users in your system, and the status says, are they active or you've deactivated them. So they also have other options here. You could add a payment for that supplier. Maybe the suppliers sent the products and then they need to be paid. You'd choose the payment method and then make a payment to them, add an amount, and then you finalize. For this case, no one is demanding us. You can look at the supplier's details, their purchases, the purchases you've had from them, the stock report, the documents, the payments, etc. So if I go back here, those are the same options that I would have to look at here. You can delete, edit that person, or deactivate their account, the purchases. These are what we've looked at inside. You can look at the ledger. So having entered our supplier, we can go ahead and go to purchases. Now you can look at the list of purchases that you have. At this moment we don't have any purchases. You can add a purchase. So now this page is where we are going to send in our order to the supplier. So we select, first thing is select the supplier. our supplier is Vine Pharmacy. That's the supplier we're buying from, and we're buying to our pharmacy. This we don't need. We don't have any terms with them. Maybe the status. Remember, I told you everything that has a star should be um, should be should be is required, is a must. So ours should be maybe let me set it to ordered. So received is when you've received them. Ordered is when you've sent the order, and pending, that's the period between these two. You've ordered but you're waiting for them to be received. So I'll set that later. So if you already have a list of your products, you can go ahead and import it. You can get a download the template of how to upload those things, but for my case we don't have those things. So but we know our products, so we know that we have the black charcoal, so we shall just search that. One thing I like about the search bar of the system, automatically if I put a hint and that product only has that letter, let's say if there's only one quinine, so if I put a Q, it automatically remember at least, oh, this one has variation, so you would have to select, so there are more than one product. But in case, let me say I'm selecting Metro, and then I put at least 2 or 3 letters. How did I rate Metro? Metro. Okay, let me no, you know what, let me first look at the list of products that we have. Sorry, list of products. I'll come back and fix you, don't worry. I think I have Metro here. Metro. Looks correct. Okay, let's go back to our purchases. Where we were adding purchase, so our supplier was Vine Pharmacy, that was selected. And then we said we shall select that later. I'll leave this blank to be auto-generated, the reference. And then what were we looking at? Let me try the Metro again. That's weird. That's really weird. Metro. Okay, not sure why. But anyways, let's go with the other products. We have the black charcoal. We have the quinine. And then we know we want all of them, so we just select, and then it puts all the variations. We want the NASA tab. Automatically it's added, and then we want the Panado Extra. I'm not sure why the Metro refused. Not really sure, but let's skip that. We already have these. So we are sending in our order to our supplier, and in case there's a new product maybe the supplier has told you about, you can just go ahead and add it from here without wasting any time. Let me see. Well, we could look at the dicro. I don't know what's it called exactly. I call it dicro, but most times I say I see. Is it even called dicro? I think it's called diclo, diclomo. I think something like that. We shall be purchasing tabs, and then the category we shall put it under. I know that it's a painkiller, but okay, stock alert, something like we were doing before. So let's say we buy it 50 shillings, and then we sell it 100 per tab. So we just set this, automatically it will add it to our list. So now we have our list that we're going to purchase from Vine Pharmacy, and if you notice, the expiry date is there. So you know we set the expiry date when we are purchasing all, not exactly when we are purchasing, but when we receive after taking note. So this time we're only purchasing. So dichro we want. Now this is where the thing comes in. So if we buy a carton, automatically the prices will be adjusted because we said our carton might have 50 pieces, 50 tablets inside. So automatically it will calculate in range of the tabs. If we select a box, it will lower. If you select a strip, remember we said each strip has 10 tablets on it. So let's say we purchase cartons. This we are purchasing one carton. No, that's too much for charcoal. Let's purchase only 10 boxes. 10 boxes, okay, yeah, 10 boxes. 10 strips. 10 strips, 10 boxes. Sure. Select 10. Then the quinine, the 200 ml. Then this, let's just purchase one carton for the quinine. All the variations we have, one carton. All the prices are adjusting. The next tab, since this is selling, we shall purchase 2 cartons of this. And then the Panado Extra, this is also a good selling. So we shall select maybe 2 cartons, and dichro we shall select 10 boxes. That's what we shall be purchasing. So these columns, these show the percentage quantity we are purchasing, the unit quantity before any discount. If there is any discount the supplier is giving us, then we add it. The unit cost before tax, the inline total, that's the total times the quantity, the margin that we are getting off, and then this will be our selling price. So these the lot number I told you, that's the batch. So this is, since this is our first, I'll call all of them the first lot, the first batch. That way we know that these have to be sold first before any other, in case maybe we do a restock, we shall know maybe okay, if we sell in a month and maybe a few tablets remain of this and this and maybe a few more, we shall know when we make a restock that the ones that were in the first batch have to be sold first, because we selected the FIFO, the first in first out. So having those set up, we can go ahead and say this is ordered, and then if the supplier has given us any discount, it's a percentage. If it's a fixed one, then we can add maybe 20,000. If it's a percentage, then we can go ahead and add maybe a 10% or whatever. So there's no discount for a case. Purchase tax, nothing for us. Shipping, yeah, so you could add the shipping details and the additional expenses in case you have any, like maybe they have to be transported from the wholesalers, I mean from the supplier's location to yours. The transportation, you can add it that maybe we spent 10,000, so it will be added to, so the total before does not include the shipping, but in case maybe they have to be transported from the region where the supplier is, and the charge is maybe 10,000, so that could be added to the final total here. And then you select the payment method, how you're going to be paying. You could say I'm paying him maybe cash. You could maybe you could say I'm paying him all the amount, or I'm paying him less of the amount. For this case, let's say we are paying all the amount and we are paying it on this very date, so there is no amount due. But in case we say we are giving him 200,000 for now, he'll be demanding us 80,000. So we are paying by cash. You could select, you could create more fields like mobile money. I haven't looked at that yet, but we shall be looking at those later. So let me say this supplier, we only paid him less and we have not completed. So we've missed something, the discount amount. There is no discount amount. We said none. Let me just put maybe a 0. Okay, so our order has been placed, and then we made a partial payment. So the grand total was 285,000, but we only paid 200,000. That means that the supplier is demanding us this amount. So now we've sent our order. We can print it. So this is what he will receive, and right now we're in process. The order's been sent, and we're waiting for the supplier to send us our goods. So if we went to our dashboard, we shall see here that we've made the total purchase of 285, and then but we have a purchase due of 85, so we're being demanded. And where else? This doesn't have data. So we know that we have a balance to pay, and the products have not yet been listed in our system because we haven't received them from the supplier. So we've just sent the order. So if we went back to our purchases, and then we go to purchase list purchases, so we can look at our order. Let's say well, we could look at it, and then now that we've ordered, we could set it to maybe pending if we want. Maybe now we've received, but then we've not yet done the actual verification of the products that we've received. So we could go back to our order now. Okay, this is the view part, but we could go here, and then we edit our order. Now let's say we've received the goods now, so we are verifying them. First thing we shall look at our products and be like, okay, the blackjack, we ordered 10 pieces, we've received them, that's okay. And then the expiry date shows us maybe let's see, maybe it says 2024 of November 28th, and then this maybe, hope I can, no, I can't trade. So you're supposed to select the expiry dates. Maybe this one, that's too much. Let me see it. 20, which date we have? Oh, that's too far. 20. Okay, so I don't have messed this up. 20, then we go to date, go to this 2014. Yeah, this okay, November 1st. So we go on setting the rate expiry dates for the medicine we just received. Since we want to make sure that we take note of the expiry dates, then being surprised when we are selling to a customer, then we realize that the products we are selling him are expired, we would rather have that the system take care of that to warn us of any medicine that's going to expire. Remember, we said if it goes to 5 days closer to the expiry date, we do not sell. So the system will help us automatically set those to the expired drugs, so we do not have to sell them, to sell the defective products to our clients. So yeah, these are set right. So having made sure that all the products have come in, we can go ahead and set these to received. No payment terms. Let me see. We didn't put the supplier, which was fine. Oh, he's already here, sorry. So there was no discount, but there was the charge. So I'll say that we've received our products. So automatically it will say that we've received our products. Maybe we could choose to make the payment. Give him his balance, so we can add the payment. It automatically load the balance. Or maybe if he has left us and we could pay on the next shipment, then we can leave this. But next time when we are trying to add a new one, let me see, and then we put Vine. Okay, it doesn't show us. Block. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, so we go back. Now that we've made our payment, we shall pay this later. Maybe we shall not pay him now. So right now, since we've received our products, automatically our products will be updated. So let's see. So if you look at this, the current stock, every product has now stock. Let me look at this one with the variation. Yes, we have. Well, where? These are prices. Okay, we shall check from. Oh, this is empty because we weren't able to. But we could. We must have made a mistake with this one because it doesn't have that option of adding new stock. Let me check out the mistake we made. Oh, we disabled the manage stock, so it's not a restockable. It wasn't a restockable product, but we could go ahead here and then just be like update opening stock. Let me see, we could add opening stock to it, and then we'll be like okay, this we bought 100 tabs, and then we bought 100 of these, and okay, we didn't buy this, so we could, and the lot, it's in the first batch, so we can set this, that way we have all of them set right. So now that we have our products, we just went, today we've learned on how to make our purchases and then update our products. Now if we went to the post screen, it will be active. I'll explain the post screen later, not today, but let's just check it out. So these are the products we have. So if I clicked on this, it would show that it has quantity, and then I can increase, and you can sell in tablets or strips. Let me lower this. So if you're selling, let's say one tablet, it will be 200 shillings. You're selling one strip, it will be 2,000. If you're selling a box, it would be 10,000, and the carton will be 20,000. And then the expiry date will also be showed, so that you know that the product is still okay and not expired. Yes, so we shall be looking at the post screen later. It's not something we're looking at today. So yeah, we now know how to set up the system. We know how to adapt the products. We know how to make new purchases. So next time we shall be looking at something else. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day.